city of Kumamoto, which we had the opportunity to see yesterday during a tram ride, was pleasant not only because of its location, but also because of its size. So today we leave the castle and botanical garden in Kumamoto and go on a day trip to the nearby mountains, where we will visit the Aso Volcano. Mount Aso or Aso Volcano is the largest active volcano in Japan and among the largest in the world. Common use relates often only to the Sama volcano in the center of Aso Caldera. It stands in Aso Kuju National Park in Kumamoto Prefecture, on the island of Kyushu. The crater, which measures 18 kilometers from east to west and 24 kilometers from north to south, is not only the world's largest caldera, it is also said to be the most beautiful. The bus ride ended at the lower parking lot at the Minamiaso restaurant. Under favorable circumstances, it is still possible to walk or drive closer to the Aso crater to the upper parking lot, where there is also a heliport close to the crater. We were not so lucky. The road to the upper parking lot was closed due to increased volcanic activity. Here we started walking towards Mount Kijima, 1326 meters, which is only 266 meters lower than Mount Aso itself, 1592 meters. The Aso Caldera consists of 5 peaks of Mount Aso visible in its surroundings. To the east of Mount Aso is Mount Taka or Takadake, which is as high as Mount Aso, 1,592 meters. Slightly lower is Mount Naka or Nakadaki, 1,506 meters. A little to the north is Mount Nareo, 1,331 meters. It is accessed from Miyagi Station in the town of Aso to a car park with a shelter at an altitude of 918 meters. The forced triangle is then formed by Mount Aso with 2 western peaks, Mount Eboshi, 1,337 meters, and Mount Kijima, 1,326 meters. The trail we were following came back to the road for a while. However, a little further on, she separated again in a smaller parking lot. In the smaller parking lot, there is a stand selling tickets for a scenic helicopter flight over Mount Aso. But the stand was closed with the announcement that flights are cancelled until further notice due to increased volcanic activity. What else can be done? So we continued walking towards Mount Kijima. The trail has definitely separated from the road and started to climb. The goal of the trip was to get an overall view of the Aso volcano. However, the view of the majestic caldera was offered much earlier, so even those who did not climb up to Mount Kijima did not miss anything. However, the ascent to Mount Kijima from the saddle below it was more wild than comfortable. The deep ruts in the gooey dirt didn't exactly feel safe and the climb was steep. Those who gave up climbing the mountain from this side did well. About 1 kilometer from the saddle, a much more convenient option to climb Mount Kijima suddenly appeared, no longer from the southeast, but from the southwest. No one would believe how thirsty I was that day. When Suntory beer suddenly appeared on the top floor of the Minamiaso restaurant right next to the Aso Volcano Museum. I drank the largest possible glass, which exceeded 1 liter, and the thirst was quenched. Top Pilsner beer from one of Japan's largest and best breweries. This premium single malt beer from Suntory is made from only carefully selected malt and hops. This one of Japan's most popular beers is the perfect refreshment after a hot or stressful day. By Pilsen beer, however, we do not mean beer produced in the Czech city of Pilsen, but light bottom fermented beer brewed according to the Pilsen recipe. After refreshments, I still had 2 hours left until the bus left. I didn't want to go to the museum, so I crossed the parking lot and the road called Panoramic and entered Kusasenri.
Kusasenri is a vast grassy plain which offers great views of the volcanically active Nakadaki Peak. Kusasenri also features a large pond and horses can be seen grazing on the land. This scenic location has become a popular feature of the Aso Geopark. Kusasenri offers a different landscape depending on the season. In summer the grasses are vibrant and green, while in winter everything becomes silver. This changing scenery makes Kusasenri a place that is worth visiting many times throughout the year. If you are looking for more excitement than just enjoying the scenery, there are also a number of activities which can be undertaken at Kusasenri such as horse riding and hiking. Many poets have written songs about Kusasenri's beauty over the years. Between the lakes, a footpath leads to the saddle, which is on the edge of the crater. From the saddle, it is possible to go back to the panoramic path or to the opposite face to the top of Mount Eboshi, 1,337 meters. The second option seemed more attractive to me. However, time did not allow me to reach the top, so at a certain moment, 1,167 meters, all I had to do was turn around and go back.